don't introduce my work. I expect my work to walk around and introduce itself. But this is a slight exception because I wrote this for Rattle, which you have to write within the week the thing happens that inspires it. And the thing that happened was Thursday, Melania Trump called a surprise press conference. That was exactly, surprise press conference. She was shaking, she was pale, even under the makeup, and it was real clear that she was scared. But I still don't know of what, and I'm still waiting for that other shoe to drop. So she evidently was trying to debunk what people were saying about her. I've always called her the first hooker, incidentally. And she did that by mentioning the name Steen at least 60 times, and mentioning the files at least 20 times. Now, all of you know how memory works. And you should have seen Trump's face when the news was broken to him that his wife had done that in a press conference. I will never forget that look of abject terror. I was listening to her go on and repeat and repeat. And I kept expecting that, remember the famous jacket? That she would end her press conference speech with, "I really don't care, do you?" And America could say, "Yes, we do." But that didn't happen. This is my poem called The Expletive Excursion to Iran. The world is spinning upside down, brought to the brink by a scary clown who wields a scepter but craves a crown. The hooker just wants to get paid. All traffic halts in a desperate strait while brain-dead suckers go on preaching hate. They're working to fake America great. The hooker keeps working her trade. The troops are confused but do what they can, used and abused by a media-made man. The bodies are starting to stink in Iran. The hooker just threw a grenade. So that's that one. This is I Need to Know, and it is a French form of poetry called the Rimus Dissolutus, in which the rhyming takes place. A line in one verse must rhyme with the same line in the next verse. So first line rhymes with first line, so forth and so on. But that's not as important as do you like the poem for being a poem. So this is I Need to Know. There are stories in the stars above your head. Unseen worlds lie beneath your feet. There are stories in the cars, black, green, and red, cruising late at night along your street. There are stories in my scars you haven't read, which I have promised never to repeat. When life is not enough, I go to bars where men have bled, to tell their stories raw and take the heat. You can see the light of Mars outside your bed. Tell me what it's like to feel complete. And this is Ripple Effect. A sheltered lake lies calmly doing nothing more than reflecting with perfect clarity the trees around its edges and the cloudless sky. Stricken by its brittle beauty, a child is stilled for one long moment before picking up a stone shaped neatly to fit in a cupped palm. Ripple, ripple, ripple. The end of the world by fire or ice, or viral invasion or bad advice, foretold by prophets and ragged fools, or preached in church or taught in schools, is accepted by anyone reasonably sane, for that which waxes must sometime wane, as surely as loss stalks the goose of gain. As to whether a whimper or bang signifies the day has come when the planet dies, the question is not really how, but when. When and where does the end begin? If chaos and chance do more than tease, the sun may dim, the earth may freeze, tectonic change may boil the seas. An imponderable number of possible, improbable events lie beyond the means to foresee or forestall, while one feckless being stands at the edge with a missile at hand. He could turn away, but he won't. He'll cast that first stone. He never considers doing anything else. Ripple, ripple, ripple. The world may end in fire. The world may end in ice, or in 1,000 other ways, and none of them is nice. But the inception of the end, too inconsequential to defend, A slip no villain could intend begins like a deluge, with a trickle. Ripple, ripple, ripple. Thank you.